Hi, I'm Charlotte, and today I've jumped into Premiere Pro because we're going to be talking about editing, and that's when you bring all of the footage you've shot and create the final film. So there are 4 key components to this process. The first up is, of course, your story. Editing is fundamental to the storytelling process. It's the process through which your audience receives all the information they need to understand your story. So to understand how important these decisions are for telling your story, I'm going to do a little experiment with my cat. So if I take this shot of my cat, and then I take a shot of her food bowl, and I take this shot of my cat, and I arrange them like this, this is the scene that we get. However, if I mix up the shots, this is the scene that we get. So how you decide to arrange the shots, what information you decide to reveal and conceal has a huge impact on how the story is told. So the next up is pacing. So slower pacing can be quite tense or it can be quite reflective. Faster pacing can get quite frenetic and exciting. So a car chase, for example, has very, very quick pacing. Also, you can jump through time. So with a montage sequence, for example, you'd show snapshots of information as time is passing by to fill the audience in on a lot of information in order to get back to the main part of the story. Next up is continuity. So continuity is making all of the shots flow together naturally. So if we go and take a look at Kat again, if I film her walking out of the room, and now I film her walking into another room, but I've cut too slow, the audience is waiting for Kat to arrive. Similarly, if I film her coming out of the room and I cut too quickly to her walking into the next room, that can also maybe feel a bit jarring. Next is emotion. So editors are using cuts and transitions to elicit different emotions from people and then adding sound effects to build on that further. So the editing workflow also has a few key components. The first up is logging, and that is just arranging all of your footage into the necessary folders to make sure that it's really easy to use. Next, you can do your first assembly, and that is just a chronological sweep of all the footage in accordance with the script. Then you can get on with your rough cut, and that is when the editor and the director work together to finesse all the transitions and the cuts to make sure everything works and that you're getting the right emotion from the story. Then you have your final cut. So when the editor's happy, the directors are happy, the producers are happy, you've got all your final visual effects, sound effects, you can reach your picture lock. And that means nothing else is going to change. From there, you can go on to have your grading done, and then you can add your music soundtrack. So to finish off, here are my 5 top tips to getting your editing looking really slick. The first is cut on movement. This might be movement of subjects or movement of the camera. The next is to keep it really tight, so you can use different camera angles to cut out unnecessary pauses, bits of dialogue you don't need, and that just helps keep your scenes really, really neat. The next is to really edit with purpose. Just keep remembering that every editing decision you're making is a storytelling decision, and so whenever you're editing, you're making sure that this is coming back to the story and the character's intentions all the time. And then wherever possible, you're trying to bring out that character's journey through your editing decisions. The next is to use insert shots. So these are specific items or character movements that can help unpack a bit more of the story. It might be a look towards a specific item that unlocks somebody's past memory of something, or it could be a clue from a mystery. But any of these items are going to help tell a little bit more of the story. So cutting to them and inserting them in helps you do that. And finally is overlapping your sound. So you can use your sound from previous shots and overlap it into the next shot in order to just create that smoothness. So for the audience, they're hearing one thing and then it moves into the next thing as they're seeing something different. And that just helps create a little bit more smoothness as you're working through the shots. So that's it. Now you've edited your film and you're ready to go. I look forward to seeing everybody who's taking part in the Balik Arts course in the one-to-one mentoring. If you want to go ahead to the next video, you can do that over here. And if you want to subscribe to the Balik Arts channel to get some more information, you can also do that here. Take care. Bye.